Hey everyone, this is Suresh from Mind is a Monkey coming at you guys with another episode of Let's Check Out Some Diecast. So today's video, I think is going to be a kind of a fun video, and I've been sitting on this concept of a video for quite some time, in that sometime that I was planning on this concept, I could see this mini series become really super popular, and Hot Wheels was actually getting out a lot of really cool models. So today we are going to be talking about the HW Tuned mini series, right? So a little bit of history and a little bit of contemporary manufacturers, the whole concept of tune and what is the future of these cars. I kind of like just wanted to talk about everything. So let's jump right in. So when it comes to the history, right? So tuned cars were introduced in the Hot Wheels lineup in 2003, right? But the concept of tuned cars itself is much older than that, right? So there's this gentleman, hope I'm not killing his name. I apologize in advance if I am. So his name is Nicholas Tomboto, okay? He is, his Instagram handle is Nick_Bali. I'll probably include it in the video description. And, this guy used to post a lot of cute JDM cars, like the cute version of real life JDM cars. And this was like way back. I mean, even before 2012, right? So I went on, when I've been kind of like planning this video, I went on, I did some reading, and I found that Choro Q, right? I repeat, Choro Q is actually a line of pullback cars by Takara Tomy. So these are the same guys who make Tomica Limited Vintage, right? So the same team that brings us TLV actually has a line of pullback cars called Choro Q, right? And it's supposed to be a cute, squeezed caricature of the real car that it represents. So Nick Bali used to post a lot of really nice custom cars, right? So in addition to possibly store-bought models, I think Nick Bali, is a very popular customizer, right? So he used to post a lot of his creations, and wow, they would be mind-blowing, right? So I think in the US, these were released as penny racers. A Choro Q, right? I think the Q is kind of short for the cute sound, right? So Tiny Q is also another firm. It's based out of Hong Kong, and I think these guys started in 2017. They also apparently make some really nice Q scale cars. So that's what these cars are called. They're called Q scale cars, right? So now that's a little bit of history when it comes to these cute versions of cars, right? The Q scale cars. Now, taking a deep dive into Hot Wheels, into the Hot Wheels scenario, this started in 2003, and it started as mainlines. We had some of these models like the 41 Ford pickup, the 1968 Mustang. We had tuned versions of Lamborghini Countach, a Ferrari 360 Modena, and even the tuned VW Beetle. Right? So these were kind of like, this is how it started in Hot Wheels. And then every now and then we would see these tuned mini series kind of like make an appearance in that, year's mainline lineup, right? And in the recent past, they have had treasure hunts, right? I think this one is a treasure hunt right here. Right? So this particular model is a treasure hunt, as you can see from, okay, let me adjust the camera angle. So, I can showed you in the car arts, right? So that's a treasure hunt, and they have had a ZMAX. So this guy is a ZMAX of that same tuned twin mill, and this has even come as a Supra. Right? I'm going to say this was last year. So 2023, I'm going to say 2023 A case was the Supra, right? It could be 2022. I'm sorry. I mean, my memory is a little hazy with these things. So we have even seen it appear as Super, and in 2024, it even made an appearance as a Target exclusive Red Edition. So there you have the entire package: ZMAX, Red Edition, Super, Treasure Hunt, right? So meaning to say, long story short, I think this series is kind of like gaining a lot of popularity. And very recently, this has become extremely interesting, right? You know why why I say that? It's because they've kind of like did a kind of like, should I say, crossover between tuned cars and Fast and the Furious, right? Yes, so this is Fast and Furious. This Supra is also from Fast and Furious. This is Dom's Charger from Fast and Furious. So we see a lot of these crossovers, right? And we have the Liberty Walk tuned versions, and then we have Porsches and Mazdas. So, I mean, this has definitely been rising in popularity, right? So I kind of like I've been sitting on these tuned models for some time, and I kind of like wanted to open them up on video and kind of like share the joy of checking them out with you guys. All right, so let's dive right in. Okay, so here we go. I'm not going to be opening these models in any specific order. I'm just going to kind of like randomly start pulling them off my table. So hope that's cool. And I almost kind of like wanted to open up that Super, but then, just moments before making this video, I've kind of like had a change of heart because I did not score the Super. And I recently bought this in the last collector's meet. So shout out to my buddy, Michael Kinsley. And his brother Andrew Kinsley, who always give me great deals on super cool stuff they have on their table. So rock on and stay awesome, you guys. So like I said, I just kind of like had a change in heart. So I'm probably gonna keep this super carded, right? Unless I find a duplicate that I could open up and add to the series. So first up is this Treasure Hunt tuned twin mill. Okay, so now this is definitely one of those toolings that they made for the tuned series, because we see this making reappearances. Like you already have seen, this also came as a ZMAX, and then this year, this also made an appearance in this. I should say, I don't exactly remember the name of the series, but this annual exclusive series that we've had, like pearl and chrome. I don't know if it's this copper and green. I don't know what the color is, but anyway, they're making too many of these series for me to remember the names. So we will get to this in a bit. So this is definitely like a dedicated tooling that they have for the tuned series. And then up next we have a cute version of the Mazda RX3, right? So this is much more shorter, I should say narrower, and then it's taller than your regular casting. So pretty, and I think, the fun part is we actually have Hot Wheels models, which are like the original versions of these cars. And these tuned models are like the cute caricature version of those cars, right? You guys remember this was actually a Super back in the day. I'm going to say that was like at least 4 or 5 years ago. So this was a Super, right? So that white Mazda RX3, all right? So let me set that right there. And then, this is one of my favorite tuned castings. So the Porsche 911 Turbo 3.6, 964, right? So this one, it's like super cool, and they roll really well because it's like mainline, right? So you would typically have no rolling issues with the main line. So net, it's really beautiful. I mean, it says all these fun things: 964 turbo 3.6, and look at all those detailing into the casting. So it's pretty cool. And the fun part is this also made an appearance just this year as number 12 on 12. Right, this was the last red edition for the year 2024. I think this came as part of the Q case, so I kind of like wanted to open this one up along with this mini series, right? Because it's the same model. So that's the red edition, right? Red wheels, Target exclusive colors and whatnot. So I'm just like trying to position my light so that you guys get enough lighting. So, all right, yep. All right, so there we have the Porsches. I'll probably, kind of like towards the end of the video, I'll show you guys the entire lineup. And then we have another Mazda RX3. Really cool. And this one is just another recolor of the same model, right? And this particular guy, he's from the H case, while this one is the more recent one coming from the N case, okay? All right. Up next, we have the Nissan Skyline 2000 GTR Liberty Walk, right? So when this particular model came out, everybody was going crazy, right? Because I think a lot of folks have developed some kind of like an acquired taste for Liberty Walk and all that they do in the diecast scene, right? So I think this was also like a team transport. There was also a mainline version of this model, right? So, it has Liberty Walk there on the windshield. So fun, Kenmeri, grill there, so really cool. So let me set it there. Okay. Up next, we have this one is again a Nissan Skyline 2000 GT or Liberty Walk, which means like similar to this one. And this one, the fun fact is this is a 2025 card, right? So just to compare it, right? So just to do a quick comparison of the card art for 2024 and 2025, right? So the one on the left is 2025. So, so pretty much a lot of similarities, but some subtle differences. For example, the guaranteed for life, that symbol right there, and the place where it says 26 out of 250, that is completely in a dark blue shade compared to the 2024 or 2023 card. Of course, this came in 2023. That's right. But I don't think there was a lot of change between 2023 and 2024. So, okay, I hope this would still be a good comparison. And look at that font, right? So it has become like some kind of a bold lettering compared to the previous years that we have seen. So I just wanted to call out the card art differences between the upcoming 2025 lineup and the previous years. So let's open this one up. Pretty nice colors, I should say, right? Especially those contrasting, especially those contrasting, I should say, violet, purple. Yeah, I'm not gonna be that accurate when it comes to that color, and that white. They really kind of like kind of stand out. They kind of add to those accents. All right, let's set them right there. And up next, I have a couple of Supras. Actually, I have like 4 cars just from the Fast and the Furious assortment, right? So you may recognize these as Dom's Charger and Brian's Supra and everything, right? So there you have it. Let's open them up. So these are really cool, and they are marketed as Fast and the Furious cars, right? Now this one was a new tooling introduced in 2023. We have all seen the official Supra, right? So, and this is like the caricature version of it. So pretty cool details for that price point. All those chrome interiors. Are you seeing this, right? So chrome interiors and everything. So that's pretty cool. Even the decal is supposed to mimic the original car, right? So that's pretty cool. And just this year, I think this one is from P-Case, right? We had a repeat of this Supra, right? So you guys would remember the Hot Wheels mainline that came in the same deco, right? So really nice. I hope someday I'll be able to kind of like put these cars together, at least for like a group picture or something like that. So there we have 2 Supras from Fast and Furious. And then up next, we have the Charger, the 70 Dodge Charger from Fast and Furious. So this is actually a repeat. I think the first ever time it made an appearance was possibly this guy, right? And now it's making a reappearance, right? So this should have been like a first edition or a new edition in whichever year it came out. And these are this year. It even has RT. I mean, even though the card does not say 70 Dodge Charger RT, it has the RT decal. So I'm gonna try and get that. Focus. Yep. So as you can see here, it has that RT in it, but for some reason, I mean, the card does not say RT. But anyway, really cool cars. I think this is where it becomes a lot of fun, right? Because you could tell a story a cute caricature story of a standoff between, Dom's Charger and Brian's Supra and everything, right? So the fact that these tuned models are kind of like having these crossovers is really cool, and kind of like, makes them even more fun to collect. All right. So let me set them right there and make room for more cars here. Okay. And then a little camera there. Okay. And then up next we have a tuned Volkswagen Golf Mark 1. Okay. It's a fun thing that I got this as a next model because that would go well with the next model that we're going to see, right? So this, as you guys can see, I'm wondering if this was a treasure hunt. Just give me one quick moment. No, I don't think so. All right. So this one is the same model, but this is part of the 56th exclusive series. Like, so Hot Wheels has, Mattel has created this lineup. So this CD is kind of like predominantly here in the Midwest. This shows up in Mayer line of stores, and sometimes it shows up in Walgreens. Those two are like the only places that we get to see these. But I'm kind of, over the years you kind of like build a taste for these cars. But there's like way too many series for us to keep track of. But every now and then they make some really cool models. So I stopped collecting the series, but I would definitely kind of like pick up fun models. So since this was part of the tuned series, I kind of like took it without a second's delay. So there you have the Volkswagen tuned, I should say, the tuned Volkswagen Golf Mark 1, right? All right. So up next, also part of the same series, we have the tuned 83 Chevy Silverado. Wow, that's really nice. And okay, something really crazy happened. So for some reason, I continued to talk without realizing that my phone had stopped recording. So I ended up opening two more models after that. One is this 83 tuned Chevy Silverado, and again this tuned twin mill. So I was talking about how these three cars are from the same 56th year of store exclusive series that Mattel has brought out, and I actually ended up lining these three cars up because they were the same model, and one of them is a treasure hunt and one of them is a ZMAX and whatnot, and boom, I mean, I realized that the camera had stopped recording. But the good thing is most of the content was recorded. So all right, that's just a note to my future self. Always make sure the camera is running, right? So that's pretty much what I had for you guys. This has been like a fun series to collect. Now, when you look at, what kind of like a future this series holds. So Hot Wheels tuned, yay or nay, right? I think this is going to be a really fun part of Hot Wheels, and it may not be for all collectors, but it's definitely kind of like good to pick someone's curiosity, right? And let's say you have kids whom you're like trying to get into the hobby. I think that the tuned mini series would be really nice because you could have the scale version of the real car while the kids could start collecting the cute tuned versions of these cars, right? So that would be nice because I've been collecting for some time now, and my son loves collecting all these models with me. So I think this would be like a fun way to introduce these cars to kids. And the fact that I forgot to mention, yes, just next year, 2025, I don't know if this is going to be a Walmart exclusive assortment, but TOONED on Instagram posted pictures of a mini series. I think it's going to be Gulf and Tuned, right? So that would be a crossover between HW tuned castings and Gulf. And all of those cars are going to be in Gulf deco, and I think that's going to be like really cool when it comes out, right? So I'm definitely going to say yay to the Hot Wheels tuned miniseries. This one definitely has like a promising future, and definitely it's going to be an acquired taste. I mean, OG collectors might kind of like feel a little cringed about this series, but eventually, sooner or later, I think you can't escape falling in love with this miniseries. So I hope that Mattel kind of like keeps things interesting by bringing more and more of these in meaningful crossovers, like Fast and Furious, or any of the other themed cars that we've been seeing. So it's pretty cool. So that's what I had for you guys today. Till I meet you guys next time with another video, this is Suresh signing off. Rock on and stay awesome, everyone. Bye.